Hey guys, Blader Z here, and it's that time again for another Top 10. So, today I'm finally doing Top 10 balance types. Uh, it's been a while uh, since I've been originally planning to do this, but I wanted to wait just to see how good Spugin Requiem is. Uh, and then I ended up doing my revamped Top 10 attack types, and it just, yeah. Anyway. So yeah, this is top 10 balance types. As usual, before we start, I need you to know that this is my opinion and should not be taken as fact. I'm just doing this for fun. I'm only using original stock combos, which means no custom combos, no recolors, and there'll be a link to all of the previous top 10s in the description, as well as all of the top 10s are on a playlist on my channel. So if you want to see the others, you can check out that playlist. With that out of the way, let's begin. We'll start with number 10. At number 10, we have the original Neptune Arm Zephyr. So, the Zephyr driver is pretty good. The design, not bad. It's not great. But you people who are regular on my channel know how I feel about these singular layer bays. I say that in every video. And the disc is pretty good for defense. Sorry. Unfortunately, to me, it just seems like this bay is more of an attack type. Even though it's got a defense type disc, just the layer and driver seem to make it more of an attack type. Yeah. So, that's why it's at number 10. Number 9 is the original Spugin Spread Fusion. So, really the only pro is the Fusion driver, which is pretty good. It's basically just the flat spike from Metal Fight. I am not a fan of the design, as I'm sure you're already aware of by now. And Spread is not a very good disc. It just really doesn't do anything for the bay. So let's move on. Number 8 is Gigant Gaia Quarter Fusion. Again, it's got the fusion driver, which is pretty good. It's got a nice design. I like the look of it. I want them to make a God layer version of it. I want to see what that would look like. I think that'd be cool. But you can only get this bay in Random Booster. I think it's like volume 3, maybe 4. I don't know for sure. It's one of the earlier ones. Anyway. And the disc throws it completely off balance, which kind of just cancels out the effect of the fusion driver. Yeah. Number 7, we have Shelter Regulus 5-star Tower. When I originally did this list, I had it much higher, but that was before I really seen how it performs and how easy it is to burst. Unfortunately, it has a beautiful layer. I love the design and color. So nice looking. If I got this bay, I would get it literally just because of how nice the layer looks. And the driver is cool too with its whole height change gimmick. Finally, they made a bay that's not the exact same height as all the others. So like I said before, it's pretty easy to burst. And this is also exclusive to a Random Booster. This one comes in Random Booster Volume 8 as Surprise Bay. Number 6 is Storm Spriggan, Knuckle Unite. Storm Spriggan is pretty good. It was the original dual layer balance type, so it's a pretty nice design. Not the best, but not the worst. Better than the original Spriggan, that's for sure. The Unite driver, everyone was really excited when this first came out because the Unite driver is just like Coated Sharp from Metal Fight, and Coated Sharp was insanely good. But unfortunately, Storm Spriggan does suffer from low stamina. Moving on to number 5 at the midway point is... stupid computer. Dronzer Spiral Spread Trans. So this is really cool because it's a remake of a plastic Genbei. Those are all pretty cool. I'm sure you've noticed I don't have any of the others on the other list, just because I think Dronzer Spiral is probably one of the best. But it's also got the Trans driver, which is pretty good, with its ability to switch from an attack type flat to a stamina type sharp. And it's unfortunately got the spread disc, which, as I said before, just doesn't really do anything. It's not very heavy. It doesn't have any contact points. It's completely smooth. It's just not a very good disc. Number 4 is Nova Neptune Vertical Trans. It's got a really nice design. I like that it looks like waves. That's pretty cool. Just like the original Neptune, it's got a pretty good disc. And then just like the last one, it has the Trans driver. Which again, can switch from attack type to stamina type mode. So all around, it's a pretty good bay. Again, the layer seems more like an attack type layer, but with the driver change function, it doesn't make the whole bay seem more like an attack type, like the last one. But this bay is exclusive to the triple booster set, which came with Nova Neptune, the original Chaos, and then a customized Victory Valkyrie. I think it was like a Magnum Quake, something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, next bay, at number 3, is Alter Chronos. Now, before you say anything, before you go jump down to the comments and tell me how the last 3 have all had the Trans driver, I did not do this on purpose. I just put them in order of what I like more or least, and these just happen to be in that order. I like the Trans driver. It's not bad. Alter Chronos is pretty good bay. So Alter Chronos 6 Meteor Trans. At one point, Meteor was the heaviest frame available until Bump came out. So Alter Chronos is a really nice design. The layer is really good for defense. You can switch the layer from in balance to off balance. And when it's set off balance, on the black parts underneath the layer, there's like extra little bumps that stick out, which doesn't really do anything, but funny design. And it's got the Trans driver, which, as I said before, can switch from attack type to stamina type. The one con I could find about this is that the layer is better in a defense type combo. Not really all that much bad things to say about this bay. Number 2, the runner-up, is Legend Spriggan 7 Merge. This was my very first Beyblade Burst Bay. So it kind of holds a special spot for me, so for most people it probably won't be as high. But I love the design. That big golden axe going through the middle is always really cool. It'd be even cooler if it was metal. Anyway, it was the very first Bay to ever be able to be dual spin until Spriggan Requiem came out. It has a metal god chip already built in. The layer is really good for attack. And 7 is probably one of the best discs you can get. As I explained when I was going over Beat Kokoken in my top 10 attack types updated, 7 is one of the heaviest discs. And it's just got the slightest offset balance. Not very much, but just a little bit. The only bad thing about this Bay is its stamina is kind of poor. Go away. Sorry. I had to deal with something. Okay. And at number 1 is... That's my drum roll. I'm sure you saw it coming. Spriggan Requiem. Zero Zeta. Funny random fact here. With the 0 disc, I actually know how to count in Japanese, and 0 in Japanese is 0. So I think that's just kind of a funny random fact. Okay, where to start? So it's got, oh, this has been, apparently that's wrong. Apparently the golden axe is not actually metal, which is kind of disappointing. But it's got rubber on the layer for spin stealing. It's dual spin, has a metal god chip, has no stickers, which is really nice for me, because I personally don't like the process of putting stickers on. I like the detail they give bays, but I don't like the process of putting them on, because sometimes they're a pain. Especially God Valkyrie, oh my gosh. Those stickers were a pain in the butt. Anyway, oh, and you don't have to worry about any stickers peeling off. Spriggan Requiem has an amazing design. Zeta Driver is the god layer or burst version of Delta Drive from Metal Fight, which it can switch from a defense type tip to an attack type tip to a stamina type tip. Oh, one complaint I can add to this is that the fact that they chose fusion for the stamina type tip. I just don't really see how that works. It's more of a balance type tip, but they call it stamina mode. Anyway, the 0 disc is currently, I believe, the heaviest disc, which is weird to me. Like, wouldn't you think 0 being the lowest number would be the lightest disc? Anyway, and this is kind of a pro, kind of a con. I put it in the pros anyway, but most of the modes for it are pretty aggressive. So it's usually going to be on the attack. The only con is it does not spin steal very well. Nowhere near as well as Drain Fafnir. But it doesn't have as much rubber as Drain Fafnir did. And most of the rubber is on the top. It doesn't stick out of the sides very much. But, that was my top 10 balance types list. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. I will see you next time.